Hi guys, Moses Serugo here. So I am in Jinja, and today marks 100 years since the death of Omukama Kabaleega. So he died at a place called Mpumudde, here in Jinja, or just outside Jinja. And that was 100 years ago on 6th April 1923. So today marks 100 years since the passing of Kabaleega as he returned from exile from the Seychelles. So he died at a place called Mpumudde Hill, and I'm right at the foot of the hill. So I just want to scale the hill and then take you guys on a journey to where the late Omukama Kabaleega died. So like I said, it's a hill, so we're just going to walk through the journey. Just trying to clear my camera. It's just something that doesn't seem right at the bottom of the screen. But anyway, this is me scaling the hill. There's nothing spectacular about it, unfortunately. So we'll just walk uphill because, as it is with most of our tourist attractions that are not necessarily flora and fauna, hardly any investment is undertaken in, their preservation. But I guess this is where passionate Banyoro would come in and liaise with the Jinja City Council, because there's also the ownership of this hill apparently is contested, because it has been encroached upon by development, mostly construction of houses, so to speak. So yes, I'm panting a little bit, but this is the summit of the hill, so to speak. I'll just give you a view. So that's what I was talking about. This is the housing construction on the hill, but let's take a closer look. So there are people who have gardens here. I guess they practice mostly subsistence farming. That house is just a stone's throw from the hill. So this is the summit, so to speak. Apparently he died here while returning from exile. He had been exiled alongside Kabaka Mwanga, the king of Buganda. So pretty much the most notable anti-colonial heroes of the time. So this here is the spot. Like I told you, there's really nothing spectacular right here. But a lady I met earlier told me, yes, this is the space. So you just have a couple of stones. Apparently people usually come to pay homage, may want to do a little bit of cooking and all that. So this is where you find these stones, partly covered in soot. So right here, I've been told, is the very spot where Kabaleega died. So I just pan the camera outside to this imposing tree, which thankfully no one has cut down yet. But this being Uganda, where we don't attach that much value to things like this, don't be surprised if a couple of years later you don't find this tree here. So the interesting thing about this particular spot, and this I'm told is the exact spot where he died, is there's stones embedded in the roots of the tree, so to speak. Of course there's a bit of litter there. There's that bottle. There's a bit of those can be mushrooms, could be just a fungal growth on the tree. But for me, the most enchanting thing are these stones that you find sort of like embedded in the roots of the tree. And I think it was sort of to create a monument, I guess, to show that a king died here, I believe. So yes, just spend a little more time here. Just try and get some good visuals. So yes, this is all there is to Kabaleega's not final resting place, where he died, because the final resting place is in Bunyoro, and I think there's a ceremony that is taking place there. But this is Mpumudde Hill in Jinja, so it's quite spectacular, I would say, because if you walked around, you'd see how imposing a hill it is. But the other interesting thing about this place is there is a semicircular ring of stones, you know, or an arch. So there it is. It's sort of half encircles the spot. There's a man there that's digging. So that's, I guess, the bit, the tokenism that you would find around here in terms of commemorating Kabaleega's 100th death anniversary. No one seemed to have been bothered, really. I think apart from the Banyoro that are celebrating the other side. But like I said, apparently this is also a spot where the Chalazingas, the kings or the chiefs of Busoga used to be enthroned or coronated or whatever they call it. So it's also sacred to the Busoga in a way. But if the Banyoro could come, if the Bunyoro kingdom could probably come and meet the Busoga kingdom, and then they find a way of just giving this place its due honor, because it's quite significant in Uganda's anti-colonial history, if we could call it that. So the other interesting thing about this place is the breeze. Of course, it's a hill, and that's the nice thing about Jinja. The air is so clean. You get a view of the lake in the distance, and I think what should be Jinja's industrial area, because I see smoke billowing out of what look like chimneys. So industries are also fast returning to Jinja, but that there is a site you'd really kill for. That is Lake Victoria in the distance. And yes, you also get to see a bit of it, the silver gray that's out there. So that's the 360 view, I would say, from Mpumudde Hill. Yeah. So that said, I'm just glad personally that I came to do this homage thing, because I'm really interested in touristy attractions that are not necessarily our flora and fauna. Everyone raves about mountain gorillas and Matchstone Falls and all those other spectacular things about Uganda, but then there's also this heritage, or this history of our country as a post-colonial nation state that needs to be preserved for posterity. It could be everything from a TV series, in fact the same way the South Africans did have done a couple of series on King Shaka, who we study about. I believe icons like Kabaleega who I think only has what? Because back in the day, Murchison Falls had been changed to Kabaleega Falls during Amin's regime, but they changed it back to Murchison Falls. I don't know if there is any landmark in Uganda by way of a street, or anyway, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm yet to see any major physical geographical feature that is named after Kabaleega. But yes, I think his story needs to be immortalized by way of film. I know there are people like Romeo Akiki and Moruts, who are Banyoro, who have immortalized Kabaleega, Omukama Kabaleega in song, but there needs to be more to it by way of literature, maybe cinema or TV series, and also just sprucing up this place so that it looks like a place where a king died, you know, so that when people come to pay homage, they come to a place that is decent, but and not a place that just looks so bizarre and so not well kept. So I'm signing out. If you want to ever come to this place, just get to Jinja, then get the Kamuli road. After Jinja, just drive out like you're going to Kamuli, and then you get to a place called Mpumudde, and then you ask for the hill where there's a school, I think, called Jinja Central or something, because the school is right at the foot of the hill. So once you get there, there's a telecom mast, and then just take the footpath up and then scale the heights and then come and pay homage to Kabaleega like I've done. Okay, I'll see you guys around. All the best. Enjoy your Easter holiday. But Easter is also about traveling, so do travel, get to see your country and get to appreciate Uganda's history and also the monarchies that were desecrated by the British in their imperialistic and colonial agenda. All right, see you soon. Over and out.